Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is the FIFINE K683A USB microphone. And the nice people at FIFINE actually sent this one over for a review, and I told them that I'd be more than happy to do an unbiased review. I also said that I'd test out this mic very thoroughly, and I have for the past 2 weeks. But to get some numbers out of the way, this is available on Amazon for about $56.99, and I say about because the price fluctuates between $50 to $60. First off, the packaging is pretty nice, especially for a lesser known brand or company. I'm happy that it just didn't come in some basic brown cardboard box that says microphone on it, but it has some nice images, details about the product, company info, and it's straight to the point. So let's get this opened and check out the contents of the box and see the actual microphone. Very good presentation so far, almost borderline premium, really organized. We're welcomed with what looks like documentation and an info card, and it looks like there's an accessories box to the left hand side. The info card is pretty useful, mentions that there's a warranty available, and if you register on their website, it upgrades to a 2-year warranty, so that's nice to know. Following the card looks like an instruction sheet, and this is pretty extensive. Nice little step-by-step guide, so hopefully this answers the questions of people who may be a little bit less tech savvy. But initially I read that this is plug and play, so it should be a simple setup. But let's reveal this microphone by lifting this piece of foam up, and it's actually pretty thick, so I appreciate the extra level of protection. First glance though, it's a nice looking microphone, but before we get to that, let's see what's inside the accessories box, because upon reading the Amazon listing, this does have a special feature built into the cord for the microphone. In addition, the pop filter is something that I was really excited for as well too. It has a unique design and I'm excited to test it out. So here's the pop filter that I just mentioned a few seconds ago, and look at this. It's not your typical big old circle with some fabric on it. It looks really good and nothing else is left in the box. So before we actually look at it very thoroughly, here's the stand for the microphone. It just mounts right on top and it looks like a typical tripod style stand, and when the legs are unfolded, it has a wide base, so it should be fairly sturdy. Nothing too fancy here though. There are some good rubber feet on the ends, so it should hold its ground well. Moving on to the next item, I mentioned that this does have a special cord in comparison to other USB microphones out there. But first off, on the end where you plug into the microphone, it's an outdated USB-B connection, but on the end where you plug it into the computer or whatever device you want to plug it into, it's a traditional USB-A, but it also splits off to a USB-C connection. So that's a nice little touch, especially for a microphone in the budget price realm. So the cord itself is nice and thick, so hopefully it won't get frayed anywhere. And the cord is 6.5 feet long, so if your setup is kind of obscure and you have to put your microphone a bit farther from your computer, that cord should suffice for your setup. So here's the main event, the FIFINE K683A itself, and it's a nicely built microphone. The whole housing is metal. It's really compact. It's around the size of my Yeti Nano, just a bit taller but thinner. The dimensions without the pop filter are about 6 inches long, and that includes the screw on the bottom of the base, and it's about 2.5 inches wide. Here are some features. There's a mute button, microphone gain control right on the unit, and on the back are for headphones to monitor your recordings. So here's a look at the USB input, and something that I really appreciate is that the pivot where this connects to a stand or a boom arm, it's attached by that giant knob that goes around the entire base. So I love the security that little feature provides, and there's the actual connection for the boom arm or the stand. So as we look at the rest of the microphone, I'm gonna put up some specs and details for those nerds like myself out there that want to know more about frequency, sensitivity, and all of that other good stuff. In the next portion, I will get this whole thing set up with the stand and pop filter just to show off what that looks like before I get into testing. But one thing that I want to say is that with all of the pros of this budget microphone, there are some cons and negatives, and one of the major ones here is that there's only one cardioid polar pattern on here, and that's a unidirectional microphone. So those looking for options of having an omnidirectional mic or other patterns, this one only has one built in, and basically it sounds the best when you're directly in front of it. So for most users, having a unidirectional microphone is pretty much the only pattern that most people will use, especially for those who are streamers, people like myself who do voiceovers, and even musicians that just want to do a simple song cover. Most of those arrangements have the person right in front of the microphone, so it's ideal for those situations. And if you're trying to do a group recording and you need a microphone with a range that everyone can go around the whole perimeter of the mic, this is definitely not the mic for you. But if you're going to be a solo or a duo trying to record something, a unidirectional microphone is great for those type type of recordings. So keep that in mind. This does have its limitations, but it should be expected, especially since this is half the price of a traditional Blue Yeti. So, you know, you win some and you lose some, but this little microphone does have a lot of features for being a $50 to $60 microphone. But let me get the pop filter on and just show off what that kind of looks like. It's a really simple process. You just pull on that little tabby right there and it pulls both elastic bands back, and all you do is just fit it right onto the portion of the microphone that you want it on. And it's that easy. Everything looks so organized and neat, and I think that may just be the theme for this video. So from the unboxing to this point, the FIFINE K683A has been very organized and neat so far. But let's move on to what a lot of people are watching this video for, and let's do some testing. So surprise, surprise, that whole voiceover that you all heard for the unboxing and setup was actually recorded on the FIFINE K683A right here. So we know that it sounds pretty darn good, but let me try out some of the onboard features like the volume gain. I have two cameras up right now, the volume gain right here and the mute button, and see how the monitor on the back works. It's actually plugged into my headset, so let's try it out. So I'm gonna get it down to 0. It's at 50%, so I'm just gonna keep on talking. It's going down to 0, and now it should be back to halfway, and I think this is about, let me look. So it should be at about halfway right here. So we're gonna get to 100%. And if you're wearing earbuds, I don't know if you want to take it out or not, but I'm twisting and twisting, getting to 100%. I'm still talking normally. This is exactly how I was talking the whole time, so sorry. Back down to 50. We're gonna go back to 50, and that's where we're gonna stay right there. Went a little bit past it, but that's what everything sounds like. So everything for the unboxing was actually set to 50% on the microphone gain itself and on the gain on Final Cut Pro, so that was ideal for me. I did mention earlier that with headphones on, there is 0 latency. So everything I say now is directly inside my ears, so there isn't that weird millisecond lag. I do have my iPhone right here, so if I put it near the microphone for the iPhone, you should be able to hear that it's actually coming out of here. So I'm going to single out the volume and just put it right here. So that's how crazy it is. 0 lag, 0 latency. So on my Blue Yeti Nano, there's like a millisecond lag on there. So every time I speak into it and I'm trying to monitor and just listen to it, it sounds like this over. It just goes on and on. So I don't even monitor from this microphone right here, but this one right here is 0 latency, 0 lag. So everything you say goes directly into your ear. So that's really awesome and really impressive, especially for, I've said this many times, a microphone within this $50 to $60 price range. That's pretty good. So what I want to do next is, my YouTube channel originally was for music, and I know a lot of people buy these sort of things, especially within the budget realm, for people who want to get started and maybe do a cover or two on YouTube. So let's move on to the next test. Let me get an instrument going and we'll test that out. I have my trusty guitar right here. It's a little dusty, so I'm just going to play a song really quickly just to see if this is actually suitable for people who want to do covers or music on YouTube, or just to record in general. I think I'm in tune, hopefully. Take all the time lost, all the days that I cost. Take what I took and give it back to you. And all this time we were waiting for each other. And all this time I was waiting for you. That's all I got. I have lost my calluses on my playing hands, so it hurts really bad. But I'm gonna do a little playback and see what it sounds like, and hopefully it sounds good. So I must say that was a pretty successful guitar cover. Sounded really good. There's a little rattle. It's because my phone vibrated, got a text message in the middle of that, but everything sounded great. So I would recommend this if you want to get started off on YouTube and have a better microphone than the one built into your phone or the one built into your webcam. So this one for about 60 bucks is a good starter microphone. So I do have one more test ready, and I have been using this microphone for 2 weeks now. So a couple of my streams and a couple of my previous videos were recorded with this microphone. So I'm gonna show a snippet from my stream that was recorded directly from my PlayStation 5. So I had this microphone plugged into into the PS5, everything was set up to 50%, and I played some Miles Morales. So here's a clip of that, and here's what it sounds like during a console stream. All right, check it out. I forgot the buttons. Forgive me as I get used to this game again. I really should be playing this a couple days a week. Yeah, this one's the FIFINE. I've been using it for maybe the past 2 videos that I posted. So that light bulb video and my last stream last night and the stream previous to that, we used this microphone, the FIFINE. This is nice. I'm still testing it out, but I should have a video up by next week for this thing. It's really good, and I think I have the volume like halfway up and it's picking me up. I'm not even yelling, or I'm just talking really softly actually, so hope it sounds good. Hello, I'm back in front of my iMac FaceTime HD camera. So after all of those tests, this microphone sounds awesome. So for the PS5 stream, I also tried it out on Sugarberry Smash's PS4, where she streams onto Twitch, and this sounds exactly the same streaming from a PS4 as it does on my PS5. In addition, I did try this out in a party chat, and my friends in the party were blown away at the quality. So if you have intentions to use this as your gaming microphone to just chat it up with your party, then this sounds just as good as it does in a party as it does on my stream. So my music test was also a success, and I've also done a handful of voiceovers while testing this out over the course of the past 2 weeks for my other videos on my YouTube channel, and this microphone has absolutely blown me away. And it's safe to say it's officially the best budget microphone on my channel, despite having a few limitations, like having one polar pattern to where it's unidirectional, so you have to be right in front of it for it to work the best. You can't be behind it, or it kind of works good off to the sides, but being directly in front of it is the best. And another thing that's kind of a negative is that if you want to put it on a boom stand like this one, it comes with a 3/8 inch screw for mounting. So it's one of those wider screws. So for most boom arms, it's a 5/8 inch. So unfortunately, you'll have to get some sort of adapter if your boom arm has the 5/8 inch adapter. And those are probably the only 2 cons when it comes to this microphone. Other than that, everything about this microphone is pretty darn good. From the build quality, it's made out of metal. This cool pop filter that they include that doesn't take up your whole face like these other ones that if you were to stream with the mic in front of your face, this whole thing would just take up everything, unless you stream at an angle like most people. But moving on, the packaging looked great, and most importantly, the sound quality, what you're hearing right now. This is a phenomenal microphone, especially for those searching for one within the budget mic price range. And with that, I give it my Wow VJ's LTR 2 thumbs up, and I highly recommend this. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to check out these others. They're probably all around my face by now. And if you really liked hanging out with me today, please consider subscribing to be the first to know when I upload something new. I'll see you all soon. Please stay safe out there. Bye.